Let others fret and fume with care. 'Tis easy finding everywhere, but happiness is rarer. And if I find it sweet and ripe in this tobacco and my pipe, I'll count it all the fairer. Hi folks, I'm not driving this time because I wanted to read, getting a lot of my information from a great book called The Perfect Pipe by H. Paul Jeffers. We've got a lot to cover today. I hope you are enjoying, well, the first video. This is part 2 of our tobacco and pipe smoking primer, where we're going to discuss the basics of tobacco, and I'm sure I'm going to miss lots of things. This is a very, very high-level overview of tobacco. I want to stress that, like I said in the first video, you do get what you pay for, but you don't need to spend a ton of money, and don't go whole hog right out of the gate. Ease into it. Find a decent pipe. You don't have to spend a ton of money. And then with tobacco, I encourage you to find a nice tobacconist. Smoke shops, what they call them, that are not tobacco shops. Avoid them. There's no point. But if you have nothing local, go online, ask questions, and there is no room for snobbery and anywhere in life. But I'm going to say the best tobacco for you is the one you like, just like a craft beer or coffee or your workout or whatever. The one you like is going to be the best one. So here we go. Very basically, tobaccos are broken into 2 categories: aromatics and non-aromatics, or sometimes called English. Now, I'm going to miss something here, so don't get too caught up on this. Aromatics are generally the sweeter smelling, like caramel. They have sometimes some fruit flavors, nougat, rum, and that comes from what they call top flavorings or casings that they've added. Those are by far the most popular especially among beginner pipe smokers, and by far most popular with the people around you. And then we have the English or non-aromatics that just smell like tobacco. Usually they do have something to them. Usually they're blended because one type would just be unsmokable by itself. But getting started, don't jump right into a non-aromatic. I think you're going to hate it. You might like it later on down the road. I would encourage you to get there. But go into the pipe shop, go into the tobacco shop, stuff your nose in all the jars or however they have it, and find the one you like and ask questions. Because it can get pretty complex and it may seem overwhelming. But I want to just cover the basics here of the types of tobacco. And we'll go backwards, starting with what you'll see a Cavendish a lot. That is not a particular leaf, but it is a name for a flavored, processed, then usually pressed and heated, cut, chopped, etc. That is processed tobacco in its final form, and it'll be very difficult to determine what the original leaf is unless it's listed somewhere in the description. And then what gets blended in most often is what's called burley. It's a very light, very mild. It is the staple, and that is grown mostly in Tennessee, Kentucky, and Ohio. Next in line for blending is Virginia, and it doesn't mean it's always from Virginia. You hear it called the Virginias. It's very bright, subtle, slightly fruity with a very delicate sweetness. That is grown in North and South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, like I said, and a lot of blends. Another one that doesn't have much of a flavor, very bland, but it blends nicely to improve the burning of the other tobaccos, is in Maryland. Then we move into what would be more predominant in the English and the non-aromatics, or the Orientals, or aka Turkish tobaccos. Sometimes lumped in with that, but sometimes usually mentioned separately as Latakia. Usually they have a richer, a heavier flavor. Latakia is from northern Syria. Orientals are actually grown in southern Europe and the Middle East. Those have a sharper flavor. It's a smaller leaf. It'll burn hotter. Again, I wouldn't start with the English and the Oriental and Turkish tobaccos. Start with an aromatic. Start with something a little on the wetter side. I like this spiced rum from Tinderbox. No sponsorship. It's very wet tobacco. Smokes a really long time. Smokes relatively cool. I like that a lot. But like I said, avoid the smoke shops. If they sell bongs and hookahs and on glass pipes and all that, fine. It's not going to be where you're going to find the expert. Find a good tobacconist. Smell the tobaccos. Ask questions. Ask how it burns. Start with an aromatic. If you like fruity tooty, fine. If you like rums and whiskeys, great. Vanilla, caramel, Find something that you're going to enjoy to start with, and buy it in small doses. If you can buy 1 ounce at a time, do that. Don't go and buy 10 ounces or a pound of it. Look for moist, spongy. If the stuff's dry and crumbly, don't even bother, and probably don't even bother with that shop, because they don't care about the quality of their tobacco. There's a lot more to cover. I've gone over my 5 minutes here. I hope you enjoy this. Please ask questions, share this video. This is for Promethean Entertainment, just so you get to know us. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and all that sort of stuff. Thank you, folks. There will be more. All right, see you later.